Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon OmegaRuby. I'm here as a PokeGamer. In the last episode we kind of took on Teak Magma on top of Mount Chimney. I think that's the name. Anyways, we did that and then we kind of got started on the Jagged Pass, and we're going to be kind of finishing that up today. I think we get just about everything here. We do miss one item, but I didn't want to stay here for too long. So I mean, if you want to get it, I believe you don't need the Mach Bike for it, but it's on one of the ledges that would require you to have a Mach Bike to get back up, unless you want to do all this jumping, of course. So yeah, I don't remember what it is exactly, but it's here. You'll be able to see it and figure out how to get to it. I might get it off screen and like mention what it is for anyone who actually might be interested in it, without having to do all the work to go and get it, of course. But I mean, by then people probably would have already gotten it, so I don't know. I kind of skipped over it because I didn't want to spend too much time in here, and at the same time I also wanted to get started on the gym today. Fortunately, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we do actually take on the gym and its leader today. So I mean, that'll be also a thing that we get to do for fun. So can't really complain about that. I think there was another item over there that we didn't get. I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, there's maybe like 2 items that we missed in here, but it's not a big a deal. But yeah, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be finishing up the, Jagged Pass, and we're going to be making our way into Lavaridge and taking on the gym and its gym leader there, which would be a fire-based gym, and the leader's name is Flannery, for anyone who doesn't know the original games, of course. I guess for people that don't, pay much attention to the updates or haven't even gotten the game yet, they may not know whether or not the gym might have changed out the, the leader like they did with Emerald, where they made Wallace the champion instead of Steven. So, I mean, who knows? So, I guess I can kind of talk about this too, considering we're really early on, and I'm sure there are some people that might actually, want me to say it, even though I, whatever. I did want to, like, I was gonna try and do something yesterday. I was gonna like do a whole bunch of like delibirds and stuff, as like a Christmas thing. I was gonna record it, but I didn't get like everything in time. It was kind of a busy day, so I mean, I apologize for not being able to really do that. I'll probably have it set up so that way I can do something for Valentine's way ahead of time. And then I'll probably work on something for like Halloween next year, and then of course Christmas. I don't know if I can do anything for Thanksgiving. I'll have to look and see if there's any like kind of turkey-esque type of things for Pokemon or something. I don't know. We'll see. Another thing that did happen yesterday, because I couldn't get everything fast enough, I decided, why not? Let's try and do a soft reset hunt for one of the legendaries. And for those of the people that actually follow my, Facebook or my Twitter, because I think I posted it on both, I ended up in less than 20 soft resets. I ended up getting a shiny Zekrom. I did use a Jolly synchronizing lead, and it did pass on the Jolly nature. So yeah, that's actually pretty legit. I honestly am surprised that I even got it. In the past, I've gotten shiny legendaries, yes, but that was back around Generation 5, and Generation 5 RNG abuse was still a thing. Even in Black and White 2, you could I think it was still possible to do stationary legendaries, and so I mean, it was like whatever. I mean, I guess there's a story that I can tell you in regards to soft resetting for legendaries in Black and White and Black and White 2. Before Black and White 2 came out, I used to do a lot of obvious shiny hunting in, the game, and I finally had thought, I want to use Terrakion, but at the same time, Terrakion, it looks cooler as a shiny, so I was like, I already have a competitive one, so why not try and get a shiny one? So I decided, okay, it'll be a soft reset hunt that I can do. So I go ahead and start doing it, and a week goes by, and honestly, it doesn't feel like it's that big of a deal. Generation 5, your odds were very low at really getting something like that. So I mean, you had to get really lucky, and yeah, I mean, let's be real. And being able to get it in less than a week is actually it's absolutely absurd. It's almost unheard of usually, at least whenever it comes to Generation 5, of course. So I get into the second week, and obviously still nothing. Third week, still nothing. I get to a little over a month worth, like a month's worth of soft resetting. We're talking maybe like 40 to 50,000 soft resets, something like that, and still nothing. So I ended up getting frustrated with it. So I remembered that a while back I had stumbled upon something called RNG abuse, and I'm like, okay, well, how does this work? Is it considered hacking? Like, what does it do? So I ended up looking into it, and like I found out that it plays off of the DS's time, so that way you can generate a specific seed whenever you press the A button to load up the game, stuff like that. By the way, I'm pretty sure that still kind of applies to 6th generation games, but it's probably a little bit more tricky to kind of get the exact time and date and all that stuff down, because there's just a lot more now. And as you can tell, we can obviously walk around in like, you know, any direction now, not just up, down, left, right, stuff like that. So I mean, not to mention that the, you know, NPCs move around as freely as they want to as well. But so yeah, I mean, I learned about RNG abuse. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll give it a try. Failed once or twice maybe, and eventually I ended up getting. I didn't try it with Terrakion. I tried it on what's it called, Volcarona, because I don't think I remembered ever like catching it at the time. I was like, whatever, it's there, I can get it whenever. So I decided, you know what, if I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try this on something, and like see if I can, you know, get it to work. So the first time, it wasn't for a shiny. I just wanted to try and force the IVs and try and see if I couldn't get it correct at least once. So I go ahead and try it. I think I failed a couple times. They had decent IVs, but they weren't what I was looking for. And then after like the 3rd to like 6th try or whatever, I ended up getting a 5 IV Volcarona with everything but attack. So I was like, cool, I can actually do this. So I had to look a little bit more into it to try and figure out how to do the shiny thing, and it wasn't much different. You had to hit something very specific. You could get lucky and actually have multiple shiny frames next to each other, so I mean, if you really just wanted to have a free shiny, I mean, there was that. But since it was through like RNG abuse and you could control the IVs, you might as well go for the IVs as well. So I ended up doing that, and after a few tries, I managed to actually hit the correct frame on the seed that I had generated, and I ended up getting a 5 IV shiny Terrakion, which I still to this day actually have. So I mean, honestly, like, the soft reset thing is a huge pain in the ass. Black and White 2 obviously brought the shiny charm, which everyone's very happy that they had. But I mean, you didn't have that in like the first half of Generation 5, so it's kind of like, okay, we'll just sit here for like 3 months trying to soft reset for this one Pokemon. Like several, like 1,000 soft resets. It's just ridiculous. But, I mean, without doing like RNG abuse, the shiny Zekrom is my first successful soft reset shiny legendary hunt. So I'm very happy about that. The next one I think I might do is Latios. The thing is, I wouldn't mind trying to record it. I mean, I do have a hard copy of AlphaSapphire. I could easily shove it into my capture card and record it or whatever. But the problem is, like, this computer is not exactly the greatest, and after a long period of time, it would probably start to lag my computer really, really bad. And I don't want to do that. If I had a better computer, I probably would. And my camera is still kind of crap, so like for some reason, the camera doesn't like it doesn't. I guess in a way, it's focus is kind of messed up. I don't know how to really put it. It's like there's almost always something on the lens making everything blurry, but there's nothing there, so I don't really know why it's like that. But as a result, like, it's just ridiculous for me to try and record something. It's kind of annoying, but I don't know. I'll try and see if I can't figure something out later down the line. Maybe I can try whenever I'm not like in Skype calls or whatever. Maybe I can try and be like, okay, you know, see if I can't, see how long I can go before it starts to lag or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to see. I know that whenever you get done recording with Camtasia, the longer the video is, the longer it takes to kind of save it, give you the preview, and even longer whenever you actually save it to, you know, so that you can edit it in the actual program, stuff like that. I don't know. But yeah, I guess it's kind of a little story that no one probably cares too much about, but moral of the story is basically I got a shiny Zekrom, a Pokemon that you previously could not get as a shiny, and it's pretty cool. It only has 3 IVs, so it's not like it's amazing or anything. In fact, I think it was HP, special attack, and special defense, so not like the world's greatest, especially for a jolly nature. But I mean, not much you can really do about that. I mean, the special defense, I guess, is okay. I mean, don't want to be taking ice beams, or at least if you're going to be taking them, you might want to have good IVs for it. But I don't know. The next thing I definitely do want to hunt, though, is probably Latios. I can't obviously do Latios because the way it'll work is OmegaRuby is going to be the one that has Latios and Latios. Basically, it's gonna, like, okay, my AlphaSapphire comes with Latios. You get that for free, and then when you get the Eon ticket, you go to the island, and then the other Eon legendary is going to be there. It's the opposite for OmegaRuby, so we will be getting Latios instead of Latios for free, and then we will be getting Latios via the Eon ticket. I'm not sure if there's like a limited amount of time for you to like transfer over the Eon ticket or not, but I'm assuming not, because it's just something that gets street passed. I don't see how it wouldn't just get, you know, street passed to people. But like, it's something that like once I'm done with this Let's Play, I'm gonna have to restart the save file, because I'm gonna be catching every legendary that we can get in this game, assuming that I can find them, of course, because some of them, like, I'm not sure if you need something that you can't get in this game specifically to get into some of them. I know that some of them require things like happiness, some of them require a level 100, stuff like that. Like, I'm gonna actually have to give myself some of my Pokemon from one of my other games just to make sure that we can get to some of the islands to do the legendary stuff later down the line. So, I mean, that'll be something. I've been so tempted to just trade everything over to my AlphaSapphire. Maybe do move shooter moves and TMs and stuff like that. I mean, imagine Swampert and Metang, of course, with Earthquake. Imagine Roselia being evolved into Rose Raid. I would do that on screen, of course. But having Sludge Bomb and all this other happy crap. Imagine having Gardevoir with Thunderbolt instead of Charge Beam. And I do want to give Shadow Ball to both Gardevoir and Roselia, but, you know. Anyways, obviously, if you couldn't tell, we are currently at the gym leader. Like I said, her name is Flannery, and she is a very interesting individual. She's very, very special, I guess you could say. Yeah, she decides to just scream at you, and then for some reason she doesn't exactly approve of what she says, so she's going to take everything and she's just trying really, really, really hard to be something that she really isn't. So, yeah. Hiya, man. Hiya. But yeah, anyways, 4th gym leader, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure this is the 4th gym leader, because we haven't fought our father yet, and he's the 5th. So, yeah, obviously she's, again, fire type. She uses a Slugma, she uses Torkoal, and she uses a Numel. Her Torkoal is obviously going to be her ace, because that was also her ace Pokemon, the Pokemon that she used like primarily in the anime as well. I believe that she only used Slugma and Torkoal in the anime though, and I think even in the older games she only had like 2 Pokemon, and I think that was just literally a Slugma and the Torkoal. So I think the Numel was a new addition to her team in this game. I'm not entirely sure, but considering her Torkoal can be a very bulky Pokemon, so I didn't want to risk like it somehow living from Metang's Bulldoze. So I decided to bring in you know, Swampert for this, because not only is it stab, but it's also, you know, level 37 compared to like 33. So I mean 33 or 34, I can't remember off the top of my head if it's 34. Yeah, it did level up. I keep forgetting, but whatever. Pretty easy battle, especially if you did get Bulldoze from the Mauville City Pokemart. Really good team to have, and you should have at least one Pokemon that could probably learn Bulldoze. I mean, let's be real. Pretty sure that Combuskin or Blaziken can actually have it, and if you happen to be using the, you know, the Beldum or the Metang or whatever you might have, it maybe like level boosted that shit to level 45 for whatever reason, and it's a Metagross already. I don't know. But yeah, hooray, new gym badge, finally. I can't remember when we got our last gym badge actually. Thanks to this gym badge, we do not have to worry about Metang disobeying us after it hits level 40, because now Pokemon that are level 50 and lower will obey us, so hooray. Anyways, we are obviously out of time. We're over 15 minutes, so in the next episode, we're going to be getting ready to take on the next gym, which is our father, which is going to be very quick. We just have to make our way back to Petalburg or whatever and, you know, take care of things there. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.